Hey everybody, I'm Mike Still with Barbecue Champs Academy, and we are certainly glad to have everyone with us tonight. It's going to be a great show as we do a recap of the 2020 SCA World Champion. I had the honor of being able to go there and meet so many of our customers. It was so much fun. Got a lot of time to spend with them and talk with so many people that have taken our classes, and it was a true honor to me to be able to get to visit with everyone. We got people popping in right now. Mr. Rick, it was certainly great to meet you and your lovely wife, Susan. I really do appreciate it, man. You're Mr. Hollywood. We had a lot of fun filming you, and I think your wife thought you was a shoe-in for that. So it was great getting a chance to meet you. Scott, glad to have you here. You are always with us week in and week out. We appreciate you being here. Mr. John, I don't recall if I got a chance to meet you in Fort Worth. I met so many people. I think if I recall, you was there. If I didn't get a chance to meet you, I wished I had. And I'm trying to remember all the names, and it's just so many. I do remember this young lady right here, Miss Caitlin Crane. Absolutely awesome to be able to meet you this past weekend. Had a great time. Even though you had a boot on your 1 foot and you had a walker, you was still there cooking and having fun. You was a hoot to be around. You did a great job in front of the camera. Looked like you was made for it. Great meeting you. John Lindsay, obviously, buddy, great to hang out with you and see what you do this past weekend. Also, we got Raz here. Raz, it was great visiting with you as well. We had a blast. You did a fantastic job. So many people did so well that had taken our classes, and it was so awesome to be able to see everybody be able to make that top 60 for the showdown on Sunday. It was absolutely phenomenal. Let's see who else we got. Mr. Ben is here from Arkansas. Wesley is with us today. Missed live last week, not sure to miss this week. Yeah, last week I think we had our Clash of the Titans episode 3, if I recall. That is still up on our website, or excuse me, on our Facebook page. It was the epic battle between John Lindsay and Mr. Terry Roan, and we had a great time filming that. It was a lot of fun, and I just absolutely love doing it. We are going to do more. We've talked to our studio, Fairfield Studio, Clint and John. If we had a little long discussion about that on Friday when we was there at the SCA World Championship, and we had a long conversation about trying to do at least maybe 3 or 4 more of these. One of the things that you may not know is we had Matt Overson on here about 2 months ago, and Matt had was talking about his cooking and what he had done, and Marissa Overson was on here. And we're going to get to that lady here in just a second. And we had Matt on, and I said, I've given your sister the name Miss Consistent because the girl wins just about everywhere she goes, week in and week out. She doesn't win. She's in the top 10 a lot. I said, I think you're scared of her. And he said, oh, I'm not scared of her. I said, do you think you could beat her? And he was like, oh, I could beat my sister. And I was like, well, let me tell you right now, buddy, you better be careful what you wish for. So on Friday, after we got through interviewing a lot of folks, we got a brother and sister Clash of the Titans. Now, some of y'all may already know the results. And if you do, if you was there when we was filming that, I'd certainly ask you not to say anything who won that. But we literally, right there in the parking lot at the SCA World Championship, we had the Clash of the Titans, brother versus sister, Matt Overson against Marissa Overson. And they had an hour and a half to get everything done from start to finish. They started at 11:30. They finished it up at 1 o'clock. It was so awesome. It was just live footage, filming it. I think I just got through watching the preview of it. They've given me a rough cut of the Clash of the Titan brother versus sister. It was really great. We didn't quite have all the behind the scene interviews as we did in our full production stuff, but I think for what we did in the short amount of time, absolutely phenomenal. And there was a scene in there that I said, Matt, you may be the 2019 world champion or points champion, but don't be so surprised if Marissa doesn't win the world champion. And what did she do 2 days later after that Friday cook-off with her brother? On Sunday, I have got to congratulate Miss Consistent as she won the 2020 SCA World Champion and became the first female cooker to ever be able to do so. So, Marissa, sweetie, I am so proud of you and what you have accomplished. I have been saying all along, I think you are going to be the one to beat. If I was a betting man, you would have certainly been in the top 2 or 3 that I would have picked to win that deal. And I just had a feeling that you was going to win that, Marissa. And even in the film, when she just came on, and I saw her. Marissa, congratulations. I was just congratulating you on winning the 2020 SCA World Champion. You were a very humble lady. You were a very awesome cook. And I just got through watching the trailer of you and your brother cooking in the Clash of the Titan, brother versus sister. I've asked everybody if they know the results. Please do not say anything. But there was a little scene in there, and I said, Matt, you may have won the 2019 points champion, but I think Marissa can win the 2020 SCA World Champion. I've been saying all along for the last 3 or 4 months that I figured Miss Consistent was going to show up, and she showed up and showed off. And she showed all the boys, silly boys, steaks are for girls, and how to cook a steak, and she won that, and I am so proud of her and what she's accomplished. So it was a truly great getting to visit with so many people. I had so many people come up to us. I had a lot of people that did reviews for us, so we're going to have those posted on our website. So if you did a review, we're going to put you on our website on a review page. I thank you from the bottom of my heart doing that. A lot of people just don't realize how good our classes are, and hearing from customers themselves and a testimonial from them is a huge help for us, and I appreciate everybody that did that. I got to meet a lot of folks. I got to meet one of our vendors. I already knew Danny Helms, but I got a chance to meet David with Gunnar Wellheim Knives, and that was truly great to be able to visit with everyone. I hope everybody had a fun time. If you did get to cook at the World Championship this past weekend, if you made the stage, congratulations. I do know that we did have a couple people that did take classes from us. I know a world champion that got a direct insight from Mr. Matt Overson that probably helped her a little bit, pave the way to an outstanding 2020 season and that world championship title that she got this past weekend. I know Scott Nardi, I think he finished 4th overall in the steak championship cook-off. I remember him shouting out Barbecue Champs Academy. Scott, I appreciate that immensely that you would do that. I think there was a couple others that had done it as well. We had a lot of people that made it to the top 60 for the shootout that had taken our classes, and I really do appreciate your support. I'm so thankful that you was able to do that. I know it's a huge honor to be able to get up on that big stage and be able just to compete in the final round of the SCA World Championship, and it was a lot of fun. So let's see who else we got on here. Randy is with us. Jared is with us. Henry's with us from Texas. Let's see who else we got. There's Miss Manny. Glad to have you. There's Mr. Jamie. Certainly appreciate you. Papa Joe Hutto's Papa Joe Grilling Supply. They're here. And there's Miss Caitlin. Yes, Marissa absolutely rocked it this weekend. She showed up and showed out and showed the boys what to do, or how to cook a steak. That was really awesome. I may have to coin that phrase: showed up, showed out, and showed the boys how to do it. So, yes, women are definitely killing it in SCA and in barbecue. That is absolutely for sure. So, I tell you what, it was really fun. That was the first time that I've ever got to attend the SCA World Championship. It was quite different. I didn't know exactly what to expect going in. I knew there was going to be a lot of great cooks, and I knew I was going to get to meet a lot of our people. And I think that was what made it so fun for me, is being able to put a face to all the names that I see come across. Brian, I know that, I remember you. I remember getting a chance to meet you. I remember Sonny Mooney. Man, I tell you what, now I'm going to give out a couple of awards. The first one goes to Miss Congeniality, and I know Sonny, I had not seen her pop on here, but I'm coming up across the parking lot and walking in, and I see Sonny, and she's running at me wide open and grabs me and hugs me, and I was like, hey, how are you doing? Oh, great, blah, blah, blah. She is just full of personality, and I guess everybody that cooks with Sonny probably knows that. She always seemed like, when I've seen her in videos when she's doing her her Facebook videos and stuff like that, she always seemed to have a big personality. And I tell you what, she was just a hoot to be around, following us around, talking, and you could just tell that she was absolutely eating up every minute of it. Now, her husband, Jeff, I don't know. I guess this guy needs to be some kind of male model or something because, he made all the guys just look horrible. And I was like, well, Miss Congeniality, and, he needs to be Mr. SCA World Champion. So it was really fun getting to meet everybody. Like I said, Caitlin, I had a fun time with you. There were so many. I remember Rick. It was so fun just being able to talk to so many. And there were so many of them that we did interviews with. It was a one-time deal. I talked to them for a few minutes. We went on to the next one. I just can't remember everybody, but I do remember this man. And it was great meeting you, Raz, the guys behind the camera making the magic happen. Yeah, it was really a lot of fun. So we had a lot of fun. Angel, I don't think I got a chance to meet you, and I wished I did because you certainly look like you got a big bubbly personality as well. So, hey, Mike, great to see you this weekend. William, likewise. It was so good to meet so many people. We did get a chance to crown our Barbecue Champs Academy Clash of the Titan winner with a belt, Mr. John Lindsay. I thought that was a fitting place to be able to do it. We had a pretty big crowd around us, and it was a lot of fun to be able to do that, and we are definitely looking forward to doing another round of it. We're looking like perhaps we may bring some barbecue guys together and maybe have a rib and chicken cook-off. I've got a few folks in mind. We've got some world champion pit masters, and I'm thinking about bringing all of these guys together on Barbecue Champs Academy. And I haven't talked to them yet, but I have told them that this may be happening. So we're going to certainly sit down with 4 of our barbecue pit masters and see if we can bring a rib and chicken cook-off Clash of the Titan style. So, and then once we do that, we're going to roll back off into maybe doing another one, obviously, for the steak. So we're going to see how well these go. We are looking forward to it. We really do appreciate the comments. We had so many people just overwhelmingly telling us how much they like Barbecue Champs Clash of the Titans. And we really do appreciate that. We appreciate you watching it. The videos are still there on our Facebook page. You can go down and see all 3 episodes. And you can watch them anytime. And then we're going to be working on perhaps this week or first part of next week, getting them on our website as well. We're going to create a Barbecue Champs Clash of the Titans landing page to put those on as well. So it was a lot of fun. Mark, see what we got here. I missed you too, Mike. Well, I was in South Dakota busy pushing Prairie Fresh. Yep, I know you got a big competition that you're doing for SCA on May the 30th in Sioux Falls. So let's see. Caitlin, putting names with faces, one of my favorite things this week, and officially meeting everyone was so awesome. Absolutely, I agree with you. Let's see. Roger, battle the briskets. Well, would love to, but Roger, it's just such a long cook that it would be hard to get the classes shot without multiple days. And we're going to try to do 2 episodes in one day with our chicken and rib cook-off, and then carry over the next day where we'll have the winners of the first round of each one cooking off. So it'd be a little hard to do that. We feel like we can do it pretty easily with chicken and ribs. And Clash of the Titans, we was able to shoot all 3 of those episodes in the same day because, well, I think we gave the cooks 2.5 hours in between from the time they selected to the time they cooked their practice steak and the time they had turn in. So it went really, really well. But on the barbecue stuff, we know that we're going to end up having to probably shoot 2 days of that. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of feedback. People loved it. And we'll do one with barbecue. Then we'll probably roll back with steaks and do another one with that. We're even in talks, perhaps maybe bringing in some of the students cooking off against each other as well. So get out there, do well. That's something that we're looking at too. Give you guys the limelight and have the grill master that class that you took that picks you as a mentor while you're doing cooking. And I think that would be a lot of fun. So anyway, we're looking forward to it. We've got some exciting stuff going. You know, we've been talking about our ancillary for the SCA, and weather has nixed it for the last 2 times that we have tried to schedule this out. So we are going to actually get to film. Thank goodness. We've got some beautiful weather here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here in Shreveport. We've got our cook coming in on Thursday. We'll be cooking on Friday and Saturday. And we got the date open for Sunday carryover if we need it. So we're going to be doing a SCA ancillary categories, and it also could be used for barbecue chef choices as well. We're going to be doing burgers, appetizers, desserts, and chicken wings. And originally we was going to do 4, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to narrow this down to 3 different burgers, 3 different desserts, 3 different wings, and 3 different appetizers for each one of those categories. I think we'll probably end up doing them for $49.99 is what we're looking at. And if you buy the all access package, you'll get a discount, probably like $129. You get all 3 of the foods that'll be cooked for each category. That will allow us to get you into a private Facebook page with the chef that's coming in for each one of those categories. And I think that's really, really important because he's going to really show you some amazing presentation. This guy just does amazing food, and his presentation is absolutely stunning. So we're really, really looking forward to this. I hope everybody enjoys it. This could be not only for the SCA, but this could also be for any ancillary for KCBS, IBCA, BCA. It'll cover all of it. I know there's a competition we got coming up in a couple of weeks. It's a chef choice, anything you want. And I'm already excited about that. I may be actually cooking some of this stuff he's doing. He has got some amazing stuff coming. I can't wait. I hope everybody that is on here is interested in that. If you are, we really are still trying to get some feedback. How many are interested in our SCA ancillaries that we're going to be doing? Burgers, wings, desserts, and appetizers. If that's something that you would really like, give us a thumbs up and let us know here in the comments. I see Danny Ham said he loves it. Yep, it's going to be great. So I just wanted to kind of do a real quick recap with everything. And I just really do appreciate all of our customers. I appreciate the time that I got to spend with everyone. I try to just spend a little time with everybody just to get to know you. And I really wished I had been able to come back the next day. But my wife's birthday was on Saturday, and we were going out to eat that Friday. And I just, as much as I definitely wanted to be there, I also wanted to be there for my wife and her birthday. And another thing, I know, like when I go to barbecue competitions, Friday's our time to be able to get with all of our guys and hang out and have fun. Saturday's our day of our cook, and I did not want to be there to interrupt anybody. With us being there talking, filming, I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to, while you was there to cook a championship steak to get into that final round on Sunday. And I did not want to get in the way of any of that stuff. So with that said, I wished I was there, but I'm kind of glad I got a chance to meet everybody on Friday. Next time, if we come, we may try to stay a little bit longer. So let's see, got a couple more. Yeah, man, I got a lot. I'm in. Yes, please. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. We're looking really forward to this. Any word on the whole hog? Yes, we are trying to work on that as well. Mark Lambert, if you did not know, came down with COVID about a week ago. He lost his taste. He lost the sense of his smell. I talked to him a couple days ago, and he said that he just feels like he was drunk from a bad hangover, feeling kind of yucky and achy. But he is doing a little bit better. The respiratory part has been pretty good. The only thing he has is just he's lost his taste and his smell, which we got to have Mark to have both of those if he's going to be in here doing a whole hog. We was going to try to get him on here probably in another week, but I don't know how that's going to work. It depends on how well he's doing. But yes, Scott, that is still in the works. We've got so many people that's interested in that. Yep, Marissa, I'll tell you what, I'd hate to see if you get a hold of some of the classes. I've already seen what happened when you got a hold of Matt Overson's class, what that turned you into, world champ. So anyway, but yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it. Mike, let's see what else we got. Yep. Hey, yeah, Brandon, hey, certainly great. Glad to have you here and glad to meet you as well. Well, that kind of wraps everything up with the recap of Barbecue Champs the SCA World Champion. But I want to bring in a special guest that is a good friend. He owns the barbecue store down in Hempstead, Texas. And he has got about every rub that you can imagine. He sells grills, B&B. We're going to give him an opportunity to talk a little bit about his background into barbecue. He doesn't do a lot of competitions. I know he's done a few of them. And at the same time, he's got an amazing retail store, and he carries almost every rub that's in our Barbecue Champs classes that our pit masters and grill masters use. And he's also doing something very special for Joey Smith and the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, which you know, Joey is one of our barbecue pit masters, and he created the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation at the beginning of this year. And it is for vets and first responders that are suffering from PTSD. And Joey brings them in, all expenses paid, to go to a barbecue competition, set up to be able to cook, teaches them the entire class, gets them out of that bad situation that they're in to get them in the brotherhood of the barbecue community. And once they compete, he gives them all the cooking supplies, the grills, everything they need to go out and compete. He's already got one guy that was so happy with it. He did incredible this first competition that he went to. I think he built his own trailer, built his pit, and he is out cooking the barbecue competitions. And it is so great to see. And Dustin wanted to open up, he's got about 5 or 6 acres in front of his store, and he wanted to open up the barbecue store. That's the name of his retail store, and he wanted it open up for a competition this weekend. I think he's already got over 50 teams signed up, and it's going to benefit the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. And I am so happy to have Dustin to do that for Joey. The man of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend that everybody wants to be like. We're fixing to bring him in. And let's introduce ourselves. Dustin, how are you doing, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Man, I'm just blessed. Just blessed.
I tell you what, I really do appreciate you. And you're one of our newest partners on Barbecue Champs Academy. We do appreciate you helping us with this podcast that we do and the support of everything. And, you've got an amazing store, man. And I got a chance to go to it when I was in Hempstead at a big cook-off that Robert Smith put on for the BCA. And I got a chance to go into your store. It's it's loaded with everything. And I'm proud of you, what you got there.
We appreciate it. Thank you. It's been a little dream, started a little over 2 years ago with just a couple of rubs and, the theory of possibly having every possible thing that somebody would want to come into a facility and buy at one time. And, it's just amazing how it's just grown over the years and the amount of support that we've had. It's been overwhelming. So I couldn't do it without everybody that comes in here and shops and talks to us and asks us about our products and, ask what they can do to get better. And it's just been overwhelmingly growing super fast. So blessed to have what we have here today.
Well, that's good. That's the thing to me that makes the barbecue community is usually always there to support people. And if any of you guys are looking for rubs with a really fast turnaround service, Dustin, I can tell you right now, if usually an order gets to him by 3 o'clock, it's probably going out the same day. He has very quick turnaround service. And Dustin, what is your cutoff time? I know I've ordered in the past at 3 o'clock. I've got it next day. So
one of the things that we're lucky about is we have a UPS pickup facility just the parking lot over. So my daughter's like a barbecue ninja. She runs the store for us. So when y'all call here, y'all usually get her. When she sees an order come through on her phone, she gathers it and it's boxed. So if UPS comes in for their daily drop, which we get packages every day, they normally pick up what's already ready by lunchtime. And then at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, if she has an order come in before 5 and time to leave, she'll box it up and she'll drop it off on her way home. So it's on that UPS truck that night. And I know you've bought from us before, and we've had it in Louisiana the next day. So that's UPS getting it there. But on the flip side of it is it's us getting it in their hands. So one of the biggest responses we have on social media is that, man, just could not believe that I ordered at 4 o'clock and it's on my doorstep at 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
But we pride ourselves in that, though. We pride ourselves in knowing that we can get the product out the door. And the other side of it is, too, is that I'm competition. And I know sometimes I forget what's in my cabinet, what's in my trailer, so I go through it on Wednesday night and I'm like, dang, I forgot that I needed some product. And so they'll make a phone call or jump online and next thing you know, we know when those orders are coming in Wednesday night, Thursday morning, they're more than likely guys are leaving out either Thursday night or Friday going on a competition. So it's our job to get it in their hands.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the great thing about having, good customer service where you go in, you take care of the barbecue cooks, they'll take care of you. And that's seems like it's for barbecue, steak cookers. I mean, we're all in this together. We need something, and it's great to have people that'll get the stuff out to us. So,
well, I've been in barbecue for a long time. I started when I was 15 years old, and just turned 49 this last Friday. So, it's been 34 years of cooking. And I was in high school, and it was basically my part-time job during school. And I went in, and this guy was he was a hard ass, but he taught me a lot of stuff about barbecue. And there was lots of times he'd have big caterings, and we'd go down to Otico down in Houston. I go to the Houston Livestock Show, and all I was a dishwasher, really. But I learned a lot of stuff from him, and man, he was just a good guy. And so I always had that passion to want to cook barbecue. And as I got out of school and started cooking, I just kept cooking. And, for a long time, we ran the trail, and we were running, back before my dad passed away, we were running 30 to 35 cooks a year, and we were running every other weekend. And barbecue was a whole different world than it is now. And so I tell people all the time, if you're wanting to cook like we cooked 10 years ago, it's night and day difference. So we do not cook the way we cooked 10 years ago. And, on good graces, it's created an industry for us to have a supply store here for people to get every single rub or injection, whatever they need, and get it in their hands.
Right. How did you get started into barbecue, Dustin?
So during high school, I had to work half a day during ag, and so I got in at a meat market, and the meat market was part meat market, part restaurant. And so I worked in the meat market during school time, and then after hours, I'd go in and I'd cook in the kitchen. And guy I was in Caldwell, Texas, where I graduated from, and he had a little kitchen there, and we sold barbecue and just about everything. But there on the weekends, we'd be going and doing catering jobs and all that. So I just kind of really developed the love of smoke and the barbecue and the cooking of it, and kind of got better as I got on. And then when I got out of school, I got my own pit and kind of started doing my own thing, and kind of went out. And at one time, this has been 15, 20 years ago, hell, we were dragging 30 people to a cook-off, 4 or 5 trailers, and it's really evolved over time. I mean, I see now everybody's all compact, one trailer, load it and go. And that's kind of how I got it. But if or anybody on this podcast knows, if barbecue gets in your blood, you cannot get it out of you.
Yeah.
It's an addiction for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's Joey himself. Hey, Dustin, you're the man. So, right. Joey, I really wish, buddy, I could have been there for this competition. I really, really wanted to come to help support the Texas Barbecue Throwdown competition going on in Dustin's parking lot this coming up weekend. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute, Joey, so don't run off. But I want to get a little bit more about your story and how you got going. So keep on keeping on there.
So what we'll kind of do is that I have 4 or 5 rubs of my own that have been my rubs I've been cooking with for all these years. We went and had them custom blended here in Houston. And my first thought about it was I was just going to push my rubs, just like all these other rubs. I was going to push them, hit the meat markets, get into big locations, and try to hit that. And I eventually realized that I did not want to be in big locations. I had an opportunity to get into an academy and sitting down at the table 2 or 3 times, and finally realized I don't think I want that. I think I want something smaller. I want something I can handle. And so I was loading a few rubs, and I got pork pachanga and pepper jelly and a few of the other good rubs. When I first started, I got them, and I did a little cook-off in Hempstead, Texas at the Watermelon Festival, and I threw up about 20 rubs out on the table. And, just was peddling some rubs, and really just peddling the rubs to support the addiction to pay my way through barbecue. And,
sounds like Joey Smith. He told us the same thing. Ain't that right, Joey?
Small world, right? So,
yeah.
You never realize it turns into what it turns into. And I remember meeting Vince with Texas Wizard that day. He had brought Ernest Cervantes out some Texas Wizard sauce, and he walked over and was looking at my stuff, and he's like, "Do you know anything about Wizard?" I said, "No, sir, I don't." I said, "I don't know what it is." And he and I struck up a conversation. He brought me 3 bottles, and he said, "I tell you what," he said. I said, "What's that?" He said, "I'll give you these 3 bottles of Wizard. If they sell out by the end of the day, you call me Monday morning and place an order." I said, "All right, I'll give it a shot." So he gave me the 3 bottles. I stuck them on the table. Within the first hour and a half, they were gone. And I texted him right after I sold that last bottle. I said, "Ship me 2 cases Monday morning." And it was just, the thing of learning a new product. And so I think that really was the pinpoint and kicked all the gears in motion to start having everything. I started looking at, what are people using? And my good friend Robert Smith across the street at First Class Barbecue, he's literally across the street from my store here. So it's a good 1-2 punch. When people come, they want to come get good barbecue, they can go over there. They come over here and they get the supplies. But he kind of held my hand a little bit, and I owe a lot to him. When we first got started, Robert was like, "You need to get this, you need to get that," and he was, Robert had been doing a lot of things with smoked, and the pit masters had a lot of traction with what he was doing. So I kind of led on him a little bit and kind of listened to what he had to say. And the next thing you know, we got Blues Hog and Cosmos and Heath Riles, and some of these people I didn't even know who they were, but right. It kind of over time, we now have 850 different rubs or salsas or injections. I mean, 850 different line item products in the store. And so, we've gone from having what I say 22 years ago to over 850 now. And
wow,
it's just crazy. And I come from the old school. We never back in the day injected. We didn't barbecue sauce. We put a couple seasonings on there, threw it on a pit, cooked it on some fire. And, we basically turned it in and did the best we could. And we did very well for a long time. I remember there was a time we had about a 17-month track record where we went to cook-offs and did not walk at least one category. And then my dad got real sick and ended up losing my dad to cancer. And he was always my barbecue friend. So it kind of set me back a little while. So I sat back for a little while and got back into it and started competing. And I was still cooking the old traditional way. And this is the revolution of barbecue changing and salsing and injections and marinades. And I remember the weekend very, very specifically. Robert Smith and I did a double header. And the first day I cooked my original recipes. And I sat there and didn't get out of my chair at all three. And the last time Robert walked by to get his first place brisket call, I remember it. He told me, he said, "You better start glazing." And man, I just could not grip it. So that night I sat there, me and him sat there talking that night. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try something different tomorrow. And with his help, we were traders just right across from each other. With his help, that next day I gave up all 3 tickets. And I think that's kind of the insight to say, look, I got to change, because we all know if you don't want to change and follow the evolution of barbecue, you just won't get the tickets up. And I'm not saying
left behind.
Yeah, and good barbecue, I'm not saying good barbecue is not going to win. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Right.
I think just the status of Texas barbecue is converted, in my personal opinion, to more of a saucy Kansas City style flavor. More restaurants are cooking it that way here in Texas. And to find good traditional Texas barbecue, it's hard. So I think in the long run, I'm blessed because we have created this store. And every day it's just an ideal of what can you put in here. So when people walk in here, I've always told my wife, this is a men's Hobby Lobby. And
that's it.
It is too. Our customers, you cannot come in here without finding something that you need.
Nope. You sure can. I went in there just to go check it out, and I walked out with $139 worth of stuff. And I was like, my wife looked at me, and was like, "I thought you was just going in there and looking." I said, "Oh, I did, baby. I just went in there and looked." She said, "What's all that stuff in the back of the truck?" I said, "Well, it was some of the stuff I looked and I liked, and I threw it in the back of the truck." She said, "How much did that cost?" I said, "It was just a couple dollars." "Well, how much is a couple dollars?" "About 139 $1 bills, and and so she's like, "You spent $139? I was like, "Well, I left about another $100 worth on the table. I just didn't bring it." So
yeah, we had to budget ourselves, right? So
yeah, so I don't know. It was
when you were here for that cook-off, we were only about probably 2,000 square foot, and we're now 5,400 square foot. I mean, we've doubled in size. And what we've also done is we've kind of made it full circle here. We brought in several more different kinds of lines of barbecue grills. We've got some steel pits with vertical smokers, offset smokers.
Oh wow!
Out in the front, we got fire rings, burning rings. But we brought in an attraction of a gun store. And so I don't know if you know anything better in Texas than guns and barbecue, but those two walk hand in hand. And these customers come in here and they're like, "Can I get guns or can I get barbecue or can I have both?" So. It's been a real good attraction adding the barbecue store to the gun, them together as combined. They have definitely increased foot traffic and they feed each other. But what my daughter and daughter-in-law has done is they put a boutique in here. So now when the moms and ladies come in here, they got a place to go hang out and look at clothes for the grandbabies and, dresses and purses and all kinds of stuff over there. So we've got about 200 square foot of just nothing but boutique stuff. We got about 250 square foot of barbecue, guns and ammo, and guns and ammo, and then the rest is all barbecue. So
that's unreal.
You cannot go wrong when you walk in this store for sure.
Y'all are becoming the deadgum Buckies down there with everything. One stop shop for all of it. I don't drink. I don't drink. But I guess the next thing, if you had you a deadgum sports bar in there, they never would leave. So.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't get them out of here at all, would we?
Yeah, you might need to think of that. So just give me my 1% after it's all said and done. Just over there in that far corner, just set your sports bar up.
Yeah, we can do that.
And my gosh, they never would leave. So
I call it the Mike Steele corner.
No, don't put my name on it. I don't drink. So now if you got some iced tea, I'd be fine with that. Give me my sweet tea, and I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah,
so
we like sweet tea here in Texas too.
Yes, sir. That's exactly it. Well, I see you got some great products sitting back there. I see some B&B. I see a bunch of grills. Tell us about some of the grills that you have.
So we sell Traeger, and we sell Louisiana, and we sell pit balls. So Louisiana pit balls are basically the same manufacturer. Louisiana is one of the new pits coming out. Their pits are really good. Traeger's been around for a long time. Everybody knows about Traeger. We do well with Traeger. The Louisianas have come out, and we've been selling those here lately. They're built really solid, really heavy. What I like about them is they go to 600 degrees. So searing a steak on there is not a problem. But they're also the manufacturer of pit balls, which you see in the commercial stores. But they have the commercial store level, and then they have a level for like more commercialized for us. And so we really like it. My wife and I just got a new house, and I took one of the medium pit bosses home and grilled some steaks on it on Sunday. And man, it was just amazing. Just to have that grill on the back porch and go out there and turn it on and cook you a couple steaks in 10 minutes. And I always say it, set it and forget it, but sometimes you forget it too long.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about it. You go out there and your stuff's done.
Yeah, that's it.
We cook some steaks before we could get our vegetables done. The steaks are ready to go.
That's the great thing. Yeah. Caitlin says, we went to Buc-ee's for the first time this weekend, and all I can say is, wow! I could have spent hours in that place. Ha ha. Yeah, us too. And we're close. Every time we get close to that place in Terrell, we're always stopping in Buc-ee's. Heck, even when we was coming back to Shreveport Sunday, I was like, well, we might as well stop into Buc-ee's. And I saw the sizzling saltines that Will Collier was talking about. And I was like, Suzette come walking out with them. And she said, have you ever seen these? I said, I haven't. But Will Collier says that's all he stops in here and gets is the sizzling saltines. So apparently they're pretty dadgum good. So...
Well, I can tell you, I don't know what that guy did right, but he figured it out because them Buc-ee's, man, I tell you, we passed by there Sunday going after church to go have some lunch, and you couldn't have fit another car in his parking lot.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. I told my wife Sunday when we were leaving, I was like, man, why did I come up with this idea 5 years or 10 years ago? So, but I don't know. It's kind of like your store. You've got a lot of stuff, and just. I would imagine you probably got about everything. So if everybody's watching and you're needing something, you're needing it out fast, if you need to know, I've got to get this out, this man right here can definitely make that happen for you. And I think to me it's always great to have good customer service. You do have not good customer service. You have great customer service. I know.
We appreciate that.
Oh, my God. Alan Freeman, I hate to have to give him any spotlight time, but, I mean, it is every time, he is definitely screams from the rooftop for you, and it's plastered on the front of his trailer, and he is always talking highly of you at competitions. I needed rub, and Dustin got them out to me, and, it is great. I mean, we always have our go-to stuff. And when we need it. And I don't know if anybody's on here and you just think you need a rub and you're wondering if he has it, just throw it out here. I'd be curious if somebody just threw something up here of some of their favorite rubs if you've got it. And I would imagine you probably do because you've got about everything.
I'll tell you about the rubs is, so, we have everything that I think your guys have in your classes that you give. We have here pretty much, right? But I get a call every day to other day about somebody wanting to put a rub in here. And, the thing is we all want our rubs in stores. But you also have to have a little traction with your rub, and Lucky Charms, Philip Breeden, he is an amazing dude. You don't get better than Philip. He's just good-hearted guy. He keeps you laughing. But I sell a lot of his product, and we push a lot of his product out there. He's got good products. He's got a good track record, right? Mm-hmm. So, but somebody calls and says, well, I want to put something there. I said, do you have a track record? Because if somebody's buying it and they're buying it consistently and they're buying it from us, we'll keep it on the shelves. We don't mind. Yeah. But I don't want to buy 12 bottles of something and then one person buy it one time and I got 11 for a year. Right.
Right.
And, and I honestly and I'll give credit where credit's due. I got that advice from Reba over at South Texas Barbecue Emporium. I had put an ad out there. Hey, if you want a rub, let me know, and I'll get it for you. And so there was some rubs, popped up on the screen there, and she private messaged me. She said, look, I ain't gonna get in your business, but I'm gonna give you a tip. She said, some of those rubs that people are telling you about, she said they ordered one time and it ain't never moved after that. And so I took that to heart because someone in the same business as myself was willing to give me some advice to help me. Right. And I tell people all the time, this is not about which barbecue store is better. Brian Crawford, Eddie over at Texas Barbecue Depot over there, and Brian over at Lone Star. Those guys are good guys. They're good friends of mine. And if I got something to help them, I want to help them in the same respect that I want from me, because there is enough of this barbecue to go around through all of us.
Especially in Texas. It's huge.
And I don't get greedy about it because we have our customers, and I have customers that I know spend business at all of ours. And so if they do, that's fine. Then we have some people that like us and want to do business with us. But it's not about who's better, who's going to, we need to support each other. God gives us all that ability. It's how we execute it, right?
That's it.
So, and that kind of leads into the fact of Joey. If you're ready to lead into Joey, Joey, I'll tell you how I know about Joey is that I met you at the IBCA conference here 2 years ago, and you came up to my booth and we got to talking, and we talked a lot. And I think that's the day you met Ed Riley with B&B, and he was there with me, and we were pushing B&B, which we push a ton of B&B out of here. But we sat there and we talked for hours that day. And as we were moving through products and we were doing things, you had mentioned to me about, your show and, what it was. And I had never heard of it. So I said, well, I'd be interested in taking a look at it. And you gave me a coupon code to let me take a sneak peek of something. And I clicked on Joey Smith and didn't know who Joey was and watched his class, and that I had opportunity. And just the personality that Joey put out there was amazing, right? Because he's just a good guy to get to know, and not knowing him, just knowing him over the camera was totally different, right?
Right.
So went to the Texas Showdown, not after that, IBCA Showdown they had over there in Waxahachie. And I remember when Joey Smith won an award and he got up and hollered the biggest Texas yell and threw that hat across there. I'm like, that's the kind of guy that I want to know, And as I've seen what he's done with Texas Chrome, when we decided to do this competition, I'm like, I want to find a charity to donate the money to that's worthy. And I couldn't have found no one else better than Joey. And
that's right.
I called him up and asked him for permission. And man, it's like, just tears in his eyes over the phone. You could hear it. You could hear the welcome in his voice. And not that I wanted to make him cry. I mean, he's such a good dude. He's good hearted. It just is natural, It's natural when you cry. Yeah. And so that's kind of how, that all got started. And I got to know Joey. I've got to know Joey more over the last month than I had the last years. But man, I tell you, my heart is set into backing that organization right now, and we're going to continue to make it grow as a whole.
I tell you what Joey's done with the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation is absolutely phenomenal. Joey's got a heart as big as Texas. I mean, and he is, he will break down and cry. I saw him break down and cry. Heck, he was on a podcast here. I think he was on the Gooder Show the other day, and heck, I called him up the next day. I said, next time you get ready to go on a show like that and start talking like that, number one, let me know where I've got plenty of Kleenex in stock. Number two, let me know where I can buy stock in Kleenex, because you probably had everybody across the country crying. And, it's just one of those deals to where he wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's so proud of this organization, the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, and what they do. To be able to take men and women, first responders and military that's suffering from PTSD, both men and women, and bringing them into the fold and teaching them how to cook barbecue, giving them all the things that they need, the rubs, the sauces, the class of how to do it, and gives them all the equipment and ships it to them after they leave and says, here's everything you need to go out and get started. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. All right, so we've got a couple things. Do you have John Lindsay's Rockin' Rooster? It's a brand new chicken rub.
Yes, I got that blue bottle right over there.
Oh my God, I got a chance to try it for the first time this weekend. Let me tell you right now, that stuff is lights out.
It's amazing. It's a good product.
It's amazing. The other one is DB180, Dead Bird Walking.
No, you may not have.
You don't have that one.
No.
That is one of our steak cookers, Will Collier, and I'm telling you right now, he's got an amazing line of rubs. He's got probably 6 rubs, 7 rubs,
and they are phenomenally good. I mean, they are very good, complex rubs. And you might want to take a look at that one. It's Dead Bird Walking. I think the website's deadbirdwalking.com or db180.com, so I can't remember. Thanks, deadbirdwalking.com. Might want to check. If you're looking for another rub, you just see if you get some interest drummed up in that. But
that's that's the new market, right? So I got introduced through John Lindsay, and that's another one of those good guys. There ain't a better guy than John Lindsay, man. His accent is just infectious,
I know it.
Right?
Oh, I know it. Don't let me start talking like that, brother. Let me tell you now. You know, I can get once I get tuned up, I can talk. I can start talking like John. Now, see, you got to get down a little low. You got a little country. And he was talking about that today. His wife was like, you just sound like a good country boy on when you was doing the live videos. He was telling me that today. And I was like, you do. You just have that soothing voice that everybody wants to hear. And, he's good on the camera. So,
well, John was just one of those guys that, he called me and we had, hours of conversation just back and forth on how to get his product in the market. And he blends over there at Townsend, and them are good people. And I helped him with some conversation on label and making sure, tell him what I thought was important. And I honestly got the first 60 days of having his product in my store. Yeah, and I remember we hooked y'all up. Yeah, and that was amazing. And not only just getting to meet John, but then John, pushing some different products through here, and we've been selling them. Guys are, when you can get on and find, I got 3 or 4 of his products over there. I got Hottie Toddy in here now. I just got the new Sassy Steak. Oh man, I'm forgetting the name of that one right there. Throw me that bottle right quick. Yep. So I just got this one in. This is the Sassy Joe's Rhinestone Steak. It just came in.
Oh yeah, Shauna Rapolo, brand new. Yeah, yes, she just came out with it. I reached out to her on
social media because I had somebody actually request that one. So we just got that one in on Friday, and we're actually got a Facebook media going on that one tomorrow.
Good.
But I got that product. And the thing is that I've got the barbecue market, I think, pretty much tied up with the different rubs that we have. It's pretty good. But now I'm venturing into that steak because steak has gotten huge.
If you're looking for steak, you have got to get DB180.
All right, we'll put that down.
There is so many people that was walking this weekend with SCA World Champion that were dead bird walking. That's kind of his hashtag dead bird walking, and his team. And it is an amazing rub in the SCA.
We'll get some of that coming here next week. We'll get a hold of him.
Reach out to Will Collier. He's got some amazing rub. His grill all his beef barbecue or beef. One of them's a beef. He's got one of them's a sweet rub. It's just sweet. It is so good. He's got a chicken rub that is really good. And they're very, very complex rubs. You're gonna appreciate it. A lot of them are made without a lot of sugar and stuff, especially for the SCA steak cookers. Very little. I think there's no sugar in like 3 or 4 of his main rubs.
Oh wow!
And we just filmed his class. We released it about a month ago. We have sold a mass amount of his classes, and you can push those rubs along with it. Somebody's wanting to know how to use those rubs. He's got a video out on Barbecue Champs that shows exactly how to do it. He even is one of the few that have cooked a pan-seared steak in a cast iron skillet. He did an amazing job with that. It was so incredible, and the flavor on that thing was absolutely out of bounds. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about we got about 10 minutes here, and I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the Texas Barbecue Throwdown this weekend on Saturday at your place at the barbecue store in Hempstead, Texas. I know you got about 6 acres. How many teams do you have signed up for it?
We're at 59 right now. I mean, I'm sorry. I take it back. 53 right now. Excuse me. 53. Yeah.
How much more room you got for how many more folks?
We were measuring here earlier when we got on the phone. We're looking at it. We can fit probably 62 to 64 here inside the yard. Some of them are going to be a little bit bigger spots. I got some smaller spots. You got some guys with pop-ups, and then you got these big 30-foot rigs. So we're trying to accommodate them all. I do have access to the lot right beside me. So if I need to slide 1 or 2, or even a dozen over next door, they've already given me permission. But the thing is that I told people 60, 65 teams, and we want to keep it there. We don't want people to feel like we're trying to get 60 and then push another 10 or 20 through here. But we do want to raise as much money as we can for Texas Chrome, right?
Right.
And what I'm blessed about is there are so many people that are coming because of the cause.
Yeah.
There's another cook-off just 30 miles down the road. There's another one, 40, 45 miles down the road. and we're at 53, and we got some solid cooks coming to this event.
Yeah.
Not just not just normal people. There's a lot of the good cooks coming. I'm blessed to be able to have the caliber of cooks we're going to have here. We went through IBCA so I wanted to do something here, and knew COVID was kind of still one of those things lingering around. Like, barbecue's fun. We can get out and enjoy it. And I'm like, I got all this asphalt. Why don't we do something with it? And so we started a little over a month ago, threw it together. And, I told my wife, I said, I don't want people to feel like I'm trying to raise money for the store. I want to raise money for a cause. And we've got a couple of other events going to be coming out this year that got a cause behind them. And, when I looked at Texas Chrome and realized that that's the one I wanted to support, I got on the phone with Joey and told him what I wanted to do. And of course, he became emotional, and we talked it out and got it all done. And then he said, well, get me a flyer. And so I shoot him a flyer the next day or two. And he's like, man, I just can't believe it. And so we put the flyer out there and got it all going. And then signups just instantly started coming in. And so we got, we've done real well. I still feel like with the weather, it's going to be 70 degrees here on Saturday. Beautiful sunny weather. I think it's going to be an amazing day. I really feel like we're going to get more teams this week.
Yeah, you probably will.
Push us to that 60 number.
Yeah, you'll easily get there, because a lot of people, I don't hardly ever register, so you're going to have people show up. You probably better start telling
slide them in somewhere.
Yeah,
but I've been blessed with sponsors. Going and picking up my sponsors to help cover my costs, because I want to give the cooks their percentage of money, and then I want to give every single dime to Joey. So right now we're at a positive number. So we've raised enough money with sponsors, people that I know, businesses, to help cover my IBCA costs, my dumpsters, my porta cans, to make it convenient for everybody. And any cost of stuff I got to get, I've covered that 100% and got a little extra money left. And I've got that going that'll go to Joey. We'll have the 20% that'll go to Joey. We've got our vendors. I've got probably 10 baskets that are coming in, bags of product, baskets, boxes of stuff that have come in that we're putting in a bucket raffle, and we're going to raffle it off and give those away. 100% of that's all going to Texas.
That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, that is absolutely awesome.
We also have an awesome drum that Jason Sagmiller.
Jason has got behind Joey so much. I love Jason. That guy's got a big heart. I don't get a chance to cook with him very often, but every time I have, he is just nothing. I got a chance to cook with him at Marksville, and man, we had a blast. He when I jumped in the swimming pool when I won Marksville, he was the first one to come over there and grab me. He was like, "Now that's what I'm talking about. People need to show some excitement when you win." I was like, "Heck yeah, buddy!" So
Mr. Woo himself, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's just awesome. I love Jason.
He's built a beautiful drum for this weekend, and they've got it on raffle. You can go to Joey's site and make a donation.
That's awesome.
We're going to have it out here. I think Jason's actually bringing it here tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Set it out here and take some pictures, do a little video on it, but. All that money is going to go to Texas Chrome. So I mean, just all of these ways to
raise money.
Guys. And it's more than just Joey and Texas Chrome. It's the reason we do it, right? So we all love barbecue, and we have the ability to go love barbecue because of these men and women that have fought for us and put their lives forward. What other way can you take and support them by giving them another lane to be in that's fun, that has good camaraderie, good love? I mean, I say the barbecue family's strong. This just makes it even stronger.
It does. Okay, so Henry wants to know where exactly is the cook-off. So I know it's at the Barbecue Store. Let me pull your website back up. It's at the Barbecue Store in Hempstead, Texas. What's the address?
It's 850 Highway 290 North. Okay. And so we are literally on the corner of Highway 290 from Houston to Austin, and Highway 6 that takes you from Texas A&M to I-10. So we are on the major thoroughfare right there on the corner, and you can exit and go up to Texas A&M, or you can take a left and come to our store. So we get a lot of people come from all over, but that's the address, 850 Highway 290 North, Hempstead, Texas.
Hempstead, Texas. Hey, and right across the street, Henry, if you're looking for good barbecue, there's First Class Barbecue. Mr. Robert Smith, who is one of our pit masters on Barbecue Champs Academy. I'm telling you right now, the guy cooks some amazing food. I got a chance to go over there and eat barbecue for 2 days when we was in town for the Hempstead cook-off. Absolutely amazing, and you can't beat it. It's going to be a great cook-off. I see Bill Manning's going to be there. I know you've got a stack field of some amazing cooks. I know Joey and others will be there as well. I know Alan Freeman, I think he told me he was going to be there. Yeah. I wished I could have been there. I really wanted to go down there and let a Louisiana guy show you Texas guys how to do some cooking. Yeah, you know how it is. So anyway, I did it. I could say that because when I showed up there in Hempstead, It wasn't that trophy. It's my big banners that I got back over there. I grand championed it on the first day and got third overall on the second day and
Right.
overall the 2 days. So anyway, I was sure wanting to come down there and see if I could do a repeat of that. So
We'd love to have
anyway,
you. I tell you right quick, we'll throw it in there, but we're going to do another event. I was talking with Robert Smith. We're actually going to do an event here that we're going to push to raise some money to try to get our local high school to get into the barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
So Robert and I was kicking it around yesterday, and we're going to do an event in Robert's name. Robert lost his dad a couple weeks ago, and
Yeah.
just a tragedy in our neighborhood. But we're going to do it in his dad's name, in his honor, and donate the money to the high school here in town. And so we're going to talk with the teachers this next week. But that's one of the events we're going to go. I'm not sure what body we'll go with on that one. And
Right.
then I'm probably going to do a double header, to be honest with you, KCBS possibly.
Yeah.
And we talked yesterday, maybe throwing an SCA in there on Friday night. So that's going to be coming up here in the parking lot as well.
That's
but,
good.
You know, the thing is that there's different sanctioned bodies, and I don't pick. I pick one. I'm gonna cook whichever one is convenient or one I like.
Right.
Whatever event it's sponsoring or fundraising for, that's the one I want to cook. But at the end of the day, we think what I really want to do is I want to do a triple header. I'd like to do a CBA, IBCA, and KCBS, and
Yeah.
have these guys come out and do a 3-day deal. But you talk about some cooking, that would be some major cooking.
Yeah,
Going
that'd
on
be
here in
fun.
Hempstead, Texas. So
That'd
that's
be
my
fun.
next big hurdle. I'm gonna get that going soon.
Yeah. Now you could do that maybe for like Memorial Day weekend and have a 3-day, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday because everybody's off that Monday and they could get back.
Get them back to home, and I think you'll get them from
Yeah.
everywhere. So that's
Oh, you
that's
would.
something gonna be in the works for this next year for sure.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. Well, I tell you what, sounds like you got a lot going on, Dustin. I appreciate what you're doing for the barbecue community. I certainly appreciate what you're doing for Joey and the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. If anyone is looking to give money to this organization to help these vets, I think it's TexasChromeHeroes.org. Joey, let me know if that's right. I know you can go to Texas Chrome. I think it's Texas Chrome. What is it, Joey? Shoot me up your website. It's TexasChromeBBQ.com. I believe I think it's what TexasChromeBBQ.com is Joey's website. I think it's got a link to go to the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, it's just a great organization to give to. There's no amount that's too small or too large. Give it to him. He can use
every
all
dollar
that he
helps,
can.
right?
Every dollar helps. So yeah, Texas Chrome. Okay, TexasChrome.org. It's not Texas Chrome Hero, Joe. It's TexasChrome.org. That's what he's put. So TexasChrome.org is what Joey's got here, and
Go sign up for that drum. Get you some entries on that drum.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to be a great deal. Well, I can't wait. I hope it's a huge success. I'm glad you're going to have amazing weather. I wished I could be there, but I have to film this weekend. I got to keep feeding the needs of everybody and us continuing to do what we're trying to do, and we're trying to bring out classes that's going to be helpful for everybody. And I appreciate you carrying so many of the rubs and stuff that's in our class.
Yes.
And supporting all the cooks, both the SCA, BCA, IBCA, CBA, all the cooks, KCBS, you do it all. People appreciate that. People appreciate the fast service. Dustin, I appreciate it, man. You got any closing thoughts?
No, just, man, I just want to say thanks, give glory to God, that we're able to do what we do. And I tell each and every one of you, God bless you and God bless barbecue.
That's it. Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, I've had a lot of fun. Next week, we are going to be doing a live premiere of Barbecue Champs Academy Clash of the Titan, brother Matt Overson versus sister Marissa Overson. We filmed that right there in the parking lot at the World Championship this past weekend. As a matter of fact, I was watching the video right before this podcast started, and it's a great it's some great footage. We didn't have but an hour and a half to shoot that. We didn't quite get to do the full production like we normally do on the 3 Clash of the Titan episodes that we've already aired. And Dustin, I'm going to get you those episodes. I'll see if I can put them on a thumbnail. You need to be playing those because I don't know if you've got a chance to watch them yet, but it was like Barbecue Pitmasters Season 1. It was incredible. We had Episode 1 was Matt Overson going up against Terry Rome, the 2018 world champion, up against the 2019 points champion. The second round was Shauna Rapolo, the two-time female cooker of the year, 2016 points chase runner-up, and John Lindsay, the 2019 points chase runner-up. And then the final round, I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to go watch to see who squared up against the finals. You may not have heard me earlier. So anyway, it's really great. All 3 episodes are on Barbecue Champ's Facebook page. You can see episode 1, 2, and 3. I will make sure I try to get you to put it on a thumb drive where you can play it. It is really good. We're going to be filming more of those. But join us next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Central. We will premiere live Clash of the Titan, brother versus sister, Matt Overson against Marissa Overson. And it was really cool. There was a scene in there that I told Matt, I said, you may have that 2019 ring for the points champion, but that girl right there may win this whole thing this weekend. She was one of my odds-on pick of winning the whole thing, and I'm so glad that she did. There's a lot of good cooks out there, but she was very deserving of it with 27 top 10 finishes this year, 4 first place, first year of cooking, another woman winning SCA. You had 2 women. You had the points champion and you had the SCA overall champion. First time that it's ever been done that it was won by a female, and Marissa's going to represent the SCA very well, and I'm looking forward to helping her in any way I can to promote herself and her brand and the SCA. That's what we do. I've had a lot of fun with this. I hope everybody will join us next week at 7 o'clock. We'll have that premiere live for you, and then afterwards we'll have the after show party with Marissa and Matt Overson. We'll get a chance to talk to the 2020 SCA World Champion, Miss Marissa Overson. It was so good to see what she did this past week. It's going to be a great little showdown between her and her brother cooking. And you'll get a chance to see who won that, and then we'll be able to get a lot of thoughts from Marissa and hear what they thought about the show, and we'll get some feedback from her about winning the World Championship. I've had a lot of fun. Dustin, I appreciate you once again being on our show. We appreciate it. Until next week, as we always say, have a lot